Hi, everybody. I'm Gabby. I am founder of the TECHNook, which is an online collaborative technology resource for music therapists. I'm going to share my screen and kind of just show a little video about what we do. And then we will just talk about stuff. All right, so that's the TECHNook. So we are a collaborative of music therapists, music therapy educators, clinicians, researchers, a lot of people, and hopefully those little circle dots are growing. So basically, how TECHNook came to be and how these people came together was during the pandemic. Dr. Natasha Thomas was starting to do her BT Playgrounds project where she was teaching folks how to use Ableton through videos and just like little free workshops. And I attended one and I was like, this is really cool. I wonder if other people with tech expertise could do the same. And then I was like, wait, I know a ton of people that know how to do this. So I started connecting with people who had different areas of expertise in technology and how they would want it, they use it in music therapy. And then they knew people, and that connected me with other people. And basically, we all just kind of share our different areas of expertise in music therapy. So through videos and PDFs and whatnot, we cover audio engineering, content creation. So content creation being like making slides and making social media posts and making visuals, stuff like that. Live technology, meaning like hardware or like setting up live performances and whatnot. Mobile applications, apps, podcasting, video production, DJing, telehealth, and then we are eventually going to also start covering social cultural perspectives and history within technology as well. So we cover that through free and paid things. So free, we offer videos on YouTube, and we also have PDFs with general, like, how do we set this up guides. We have a couple of Padlets with suggested materials for research or just cool websites or apps. And then occasionally we'll offer tech checks, which is basically a free like Zoom hangout where we talk about different things. So I think Chris, you did one on pedals a while back. That was really cool. We did one also on telehealth previously. And then if you want to dive in deeper, we offer lessons and supervision and CMTEs, and that's more of a like a one-on-one, you contact the person you want to learn from and then figure out how that's all going to work. So I wanted to kind of toss it over to either Grant or Chris if they want to talk about, what they've liked about the TECHNook or being part of the team.
It's been really interesting and a lot of fun working together collaboratively with the TECHNook. Funny story about Gabby and I's earliest interactions was actually it was like a town hall at like the Southwestern regional conference, and they asked us about what needs to change in music therapy. And this is like on a Facebook Live documented of Gabby and I walking up to, I forget which executive director was at the time of AMTA, demanding technology standards to be updated and actually having that be part of a program. And then years later, on a phone call, this idea is shared, and lo and behold, all of our friends and new people come together, and just really kind of make it happen on our own, which has been really cool. But beyond that, I just think there's so many different ways that technology really addresses accessibility, and not necessarily in the ways in which we think about it clinically for working particularly like disabled folks or people that may need a little bit more support in engaging with music, but also just for music therapists. Like, it's so difficult to do a lot of those things, and like to really bring a full musical experience with just a guitar, your voice, and like some handheld percussion. So being able to add so much more to it and learning from other people has been a lot of fun, and just, making some great friends along the way. Sounds like a Christopher Robin quote for like Winnie the Pooh or something, but definitely think that's one of the highlights.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Grant.
I just love that it's a bunch of people just donating time, basically, and effort. The other thing too, though, that we want to get across is we want to do whatever is most helpful. So a lot of the stuff we've added has been like directly towards people saying, hey, we wanted some videos about, like, telehealth was not one of the first ones, right, Gabby? That was one that people kept asking about. I was like, okay, cool, let's make some telehealth content. So I think that's the thing that I think a lot of creators are like, what do you need, like, out there in the universe, and waiting for people to respond. So if there are things that you want more resources on, even if other resources exist, like, I always feel bad passing people off to like a generic GarageBand tutorial or whatever, because it's like, there's a little bit of, you got to know what you need to know before you watch that video, where it's like, usually our assumption starts at, okay, we assume that you're a music therapist and that you care about the people you work with. Like, we're not to insult anybody's intelligence, but like, we're going to try and start from ground zero at the topic we're working with. And some of our things definitely are more advanced, but they kind of usually are building on each other. So I think, yeah, that's like, we want it to all be approachable but also relevant, like what people care about, even if it's like niche, like, oh, 15 people are going to think this is amazing, but and some of the people might use some of the resources more. But I think that's the cool thing. It's like, it's broad enough that it's like whatever people want to do, pretty much. So yeah, I think that's my favorite. Do you have anything to add, Andrew?
No, like Gabby said, I'm kind of newer to the whole thing, but just kind of echo what these guys said. It's a great free resource that honestly, most of the tech things that you're interested in or have thought about are probably covered in some aspect. And if they're not, like Chris said, definitely just like type it in the chat even, or like shout it out, just like, what do you need? And it's great. I love open free resources, and the TECHNook is one of those, and these guys have done awesome work. So
yeah. And you're working with people who are doing this all kind of in their spare time as well. So,
right.
Keep that in mind too, of like, if it's not there, it might just because it's like, well, if we haven't heard that anybody wants it,
right,
we might not have had all this random time to assume what people would want, go ahead and make things. So I think that's why, tell us what you need, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So also another reason why things might be lagging is because we want to make sure we have, people talking about it that actually know what they're talking about, right? So we don't want to, you wouldn't throw me in to talk about guitar pedals.
We're getting you there though.
Oh, I don't know. So I shared on my screen basically the links if you want to check it out. If you want to get involved as a collaborator, just contact us through the TECHNook website. It's really minimal as far as the commitment. It's basically, if there's something you want to share, you can make a video or make a PDF. Like, it's it's yeah, I just want to make it as least stressful as possible to share what you know to help music therapy.